Okay, good morning. Be super pumped because Monday it's going down. We want to take just a really quick minute. We're going to briefly introduce ourselves and explain what's about to happen and just trying to give you some tips and ideas on how to make the most of this. This is going to be a really fun 3 weeks because one, we have a handful of coaches, which is going to make it awesome and fun. Two, we have like amazing challengers that are in here that I know are going to bring the energy. And three, we're going to be doing a little bit of a competition this time around, and we're kind of experimenting with this a little bit. So we're just hoping to have everyone just show up for yourself and for your team. So let me explain that real quick, and then we will get into the tips and stuff. If you're brand new to the app, the way that the app works is you log into it, and you will see the post of the day, and there will be some sort of assignment or some sort of tip that's important for you. So read that, and then there will be a little plus button at the bottom. And when you click on that, you have the option of logging in a workout or logging in your Shakeology. When you log in your workout, we love sweaty selfies, okay? It's okay. We all look like I just finished working out actually. So we all look a little bit, whatever. That's okay. This is a safe place. We want to see your sweaty, beautiful, rosy-cheeked selves. So put in the sweaty selfie. If you feel ambitious, you could hold a pose or whatever. But log in your workout there. If you have linked your on-demand to your you might have that option when you go into your on-demand to link it into the tracker app. Then when you go in there, it'll automatically say, hey, we see that you've done this workout. Do you want to share this with the group? And that's where you're like, yes, let me take a sweaty selfie and share it with the group. There's also the option to log in Shakeology. This includes Shakeology or the Performance Line. Or even Daily Sunshine for those of you using that. So there's actually a lot more than just Shakeology. And even though it says Shakeology, we're encompassing that to any kind of nutritional that you're using from Beachbody. So just let us know what it is that you used. If it's Shakeology, just let us know the flavor. If it was something else, just let us know that you had it, and you can totally take selfies with that too, or you can just take a shot of the, your pretty blender bottle or whatever. Mine usually aren't that pretty, but so that's just kind of how you log in. So what we wanted to do to kind of create a little bit of, some energy, and maybe for those of you who are motivated a little bit by competition, is that we're going to be putting together some teams. So we're going to be looking at all of the challengers today. We're going to put you guys in teams with people that we know that you rock this with. And then come Monday, we're going to be starting a little competition. And for the next 3 weeks, there'll be a point system. And when you do things like log in your workout and log in your Shakeology and do the daily assignment, you're going to get points for that. And that's going to go towards your team. And at the end of the 3 weeks, the team with the most points gets a fun little prize to say you're the best. So you want to show up not just for yourself, but this hopefully will motivate us a little bit too, knowing that we're linking arms with a few other ladies and we need to show up for them. So I guess, one, be excited, and two, be committed. So let us know if you're feeling like, I don't know if I am going to want to show up every day. Just let us know that, because we can arrange things and, support you in other ways. But for this group, we really want you to be willing to show up every day. That's how the habits are created. That's how the community is there. And that's the purpose of this boot camp this challenge is to have community and to hold each other accountable. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. You're going to hear from your team captain. So one of us as a coach, you're going to hear from us sometime before Monday, most likely today, possibly tomorrow, but before Monday, you're going to know who your teammates are and who your team captain is. Your team captain will keep track of the points and explain the point system and all of that. But for the most part, it is a point for your workout, a point for Shakeology or a nutritional, and then also, I think it's 4 points if you do the daily challenge. And there'll be some added bonus points in there too. So if you are in this group and you aren't using a nutritional, that's fine. You just can't have a point for it. That's just kind of what we decided. But there are so many other ways to earn points for your team. So just be like on top of that and like ready to go. So if you have any questions, you can pop them in the chat, or you can talk to your team captain once you have your team captain. So more details to come on that. But for the most part, just be ready. Okay. I think I've covered that. So I'm going to turn it over to Marcy, and she has some tips for us, and then we will just kind of keep it going. Maybe Lindsay, if you want to go next, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So it's up to you, Marcy.
Hi, I'm Marcy. If you don't know me, if I'm not your coach, and I'm just going to give you some tips for staying on track with your nutrition plan during this challenge. I think that's like 80% of your success is your nutrition. So you really have to nail it. And I've been guilty of just thinking I could exercise and not do the nutrition. So no. Okay, I'm going to give you some tips for staying on track. So the first one, okay, you have to plan what you're going to eat during this challenge. Okay, you can't just leave it to whatever you have laying around the house. So we've done some posts, and Angel did a really good video about meal planning. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch it. So get started on that today, because it's Saturday. Come Monday morning, you need to be ready with your food in your house for what you're going to eat. So plan what you're going to eat. Okay, the second one is drink more water. I know we always say that, drink more water, but you need to do it. Okay, and I think a good tip for drinking more water is just to have it with you all the time. Okay, wherever you are, have your water bottle with you so you don't get caught without it and think that you're hungry when you're really just probably getting dehydrated. So have your water bottle with you. And also another really good habit to get into, I'm doing the 2B mindset, and Ilana suggests that you drink at least 16 ounces of water before you eat anything, whether it's a snack or a meal. Okay, at least 16 ounces of water before you eat. And I even do like this whole water bottle, which is probably about 30. Okay, so drink more water. Okay, the third tip is I know we're planning for this challenge, but we also need to plan for events coming up, or even weekends. Okay, so we have holidays coming up. Okay, that takes extra planning. And even in our house, we have birthdays and whatever social events you have coming up, that takes a little extra planning. So I have some tips specifically for that. Okay, the first tip is Ilana from the 2B Mindset says, keep two hands on the wheel, meaning like have your water bottle in your hands wherever you are. And it's to prevent you from like mindlessly grabbing things that you are not supposed to be eating, or they're not on your meal plan. Okay, so keep two hands on the wheel, have your water bottle with you, and be sipping that the whole time wherever you are. Okay, the next one is I try not to go to any event really hungry, because if I get hungry, then I'm gonna make choices that, you know, the hunger just takes over, the hunger beast takes over, and I'm gone. So I try not to go hungry to those events. I'll even have a Shakeology right before, pretty much have my meal. And then when I get there, I can make better choices if I still need something else. Okay, another thing for an event, take something with you to share that you can eat, okay, that fits into your meal plan. Because you don't know what's going to be there, but if you take something that you can eat, then you're good to go, and you can fill up on that for sure and know that you're still sticking to your meal plan. I'm always the one that brings a veggie tray or a salad. I just do it because then I know there's something there that I can eat. So definitely do that. And the last one for the events is just decide beforehand what you're going to eat and what you're not going to eat while you're there. I think if you leave that decision to when you get there, and there's all those desserts in front of you, it's a lot harder to make a good choice. So I always ask my husband on the way to events, okay, hon, what are we gonna eat at this? And we decide, he usually decides, okay, I'm gonna have one dessert instead of 5, you know, so that would even be better than just getting there and deciding at that moment when they're in front of you. So decide beforehand what you're going to eat at the event and what you're not going to eat. Okay. After all those tips, my last tip is to not be so hard on yourself in your nutrition plan. If you mess up, that's okay. Don't let that little mess up ruin your whole day or even your whole week. Like, I've been guilty of that. If I mess up in one meal, then I figure, oh, my whole day's shot. But you really don't have to, okay? If you mess up in one meal, that's okay. Just get back on track, move on from it, and move forward and drink more water. Really, that's what Alana suggests if you do mess up. Just drink more water, okay, that day. And also, I think it's good to plan to have a treat maybe once a week. So be thinking about it all week. What treat do you want to give yourself maybe over the weekend if there's an event coming up? Just plan one treat. I mean, I've been guilty of following my nutrition plan Monday through Friday afternoon and then start Friday night through Sunday night, then I jump off. And that just ruins everything that I just worked on during the week. So plan one little treat, okay? Not like a whole day, maybe not even a whole meal, depending, maybe there's a special event where it's a whole meal, but just plan one little treat for yourself each week. And I think that will help you stay on track. Okay, and the last thing that I have as a suggestion is to just check into this group daily. That has been the biggest success for me, is having other people doing the same thing that I'm doing, and it's motivating. So throughout the day when I'm feeling like I don't want to stay on my meal plan, if I check in and find someone who is staying on their meal plan, then that just lights a fire under me and I'm able to jump back in. So I know this group is going to be that for you guys, and you're going to do awesome. I'm excited.
Thanks, Marcy. Awesome. All right, Lindsay, I'll kick it over to you.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. If I'm not your coach, I'll be in and out of that group a lot. I'm going to talk to you today about how to get the most out of your workouts. First thing I'm going to tell you is you need to schedule when you're going to work out, and don't break that promise. It's like making a doctor's appointment. You have to go to it. Just do it. Don't cancel. If you have to postpone it, reschedule it and get it done. In Beachbody On Demand, there is, you can look up in the materials, there is an area where to get the workout calendar. If you didn't get the DVDs and you have Beachbody On Demand, you can print that out and mark off each day what you're doing. Look at it ahead of time so you know what to plan for and what your workout's going to be like. And follow the nutrition plan that goes with your workout. That's how you're going to get the most out of all your workouts. Other than that, I think that's it. Did I miss anything ever?
That was perfect.
Okay.
Love it.
To the point.
I'm like, okay, I should look ahead, because sometimes I push play and I'm like, oh man, that's what's right. Yep. So sometimes you gotta mentally be there.
Yep. And then log into the app and track it. Take your sweaty selfie, post it. We want to see those.
Amen. And a lot of the workouts like build on themselves too. So sometimes our progress is more than just like the scale and our measurements. It's like, can you do that same exercise the next week even better? And so like mentally, challenge that. Yeah, awesome. Stacy, I'll turn it over to you, girl.
Hey guys, if I'm not your coach, I am Stacy, and I just want to add two things onto what Lindsay said. One is, as you're doing the workouts, listen to the trainer. They will tell you things, and the funny thing is like some of these workouts I've done like not a million times, but a lot, and then I'll do it again. I'll be like, oh, they totally told me to like hold my core in here, and like it makes the move totally different than I was doing it. And it's like it's a video, right? They've said it every time, but I just am focusing on something else and don't always hear it. So if you can kind of tune into what they're saying, like they will guide you and give you tips to like make the moves better or work better or feel better. So listen to the trainers, because like they're really good at it apparently. Another thing is a lot of people have the question, like, if I miss a workout, which I know we all are planning for success and like don't anticipate it, sometimes things happen, and you can decide what to do, but I always suggest to not skip a workout. So like, let's say I miss my workout on Wednesday, I don't skip that Wednesday workout and go to Thursdays. I just start my Wednesday workout the next day, which kind of throws your schedule off. But as Amber said, like these workouts really build on each other, and sometimes moves that you're doing one day prep you for like what you're doing the next day or how they have their rest days set up. So if you miss a day, don't just skip over that workout. My exception would be if it's like a recovery workout. Like I know some of them have like an active recovery day kind of thing, or like a yoga workout. You know, those you can choose, but I think like a muscle building or like some of them don't just skip them. Just push it and do that the next day, and your schedule just be pushed out a little bit more. And maybe you don't end your 21-day workout in 20 days. That's okay. The whole point of this is to make it work for you. So what I'm really talking about is goals, goal setting. So I had a post that went up this morning about smart goals and like how to set them up. But guys, don't miss this. If you like don't know where you're going, you won't know when you've gotten there, you know. And it is a 3-week group that we're in, and I know a lot of us have longer goals than that. But we have to have something that's measurable. So like at the end of these 3 weeks, you can be like, was it worth it? Did it work for me? What have I accomplished? And sometimes it's really hard to like turn inside and look at yourself and like be truthful about where you are right now. It's kind of like with those before pictures, like to take them and just have that hard, fast look at like, okay, let's check where I'm at now. But you do it so that you can measure how far we've come in these 3 weeks. And it's super important. Because I don't know if you've heard it before, but like you always think like I'm here and my goal is here, and you're going to work towards it, right? But it's going to go up and down and all around before we actually get there. And that's okay. But since it's not really a straight path, we need to know where that endpoint is, so that even if we have great days or horrible days, that we still are going in the same general direction. And with that, I'll just add, you will have bad days. And I'm sorry. I know everyone like comes in thinking like, oh, like I've got it. And you could even like crush it these next 3 weeks. But if you don't, I want you to know like that is okay. We are all in this group for a reason. And right now we're just maybe in the habit of having some bad habits, and we're going to try and break those. We're really comfortable having some bad habits, and we're just trying to get ourselves to where we're comfortable having healthy habits. And you'll have days that you win. You'll have days that you just, everything goes to pot. But think of it, I don't know if you ever played the game Chutes and Ladders, right? Where you're playing this board game and like you stop and like you lose a turn, right? It doesn't mean that you have to go like all the way back to the start, right? You didn't hit a slide and it puts you all the way back to the start, and you missed a day, and you like everything that you've done for the last 2 weeks is out the window. That's not what it means. When you fail, it's not go back to the beginning. It just means that you have to stop, that you have a minute while everyone else takes a turn to just think about where you're going, what those goals are, what your focus is, and then you jump back in and you keep going. You haven't lost any progress. It just means you stop, you reevaluate, you look at why you're doing this, you see where that goal is that you set, and you keep going. So have those good days. We're here to celebrate. Have hard days and you feel like you failed. Tell us. We will celebrate those with you. My favorite saying right now is failure is just feedback. Look at the day. How did this get so off track? Where did I go so wrong today? And just look at it and be like, if I have a day like this again today, how can I make it better? How can I do better? What do I need to prep more, or what do I need to have as a backup plan so that the next time I have a hard day, or the next time my alarm doesn't go off on time, or the next time, you know, something happens, that I can be better prepared and I have gained feedback, and therefore it's not a failure because I've learned something from it. So I'll turn it back to you, Amber.
Okay, I'm like super motivated now. I'm like, okay, I need to get my fridge in order, and I need to actually plan a meal plan this week. Like we're superhuman too, so we're still trying to figure things out too. And yeah, and I love that about the goal. I love the failure as feedback. That's good, Stace. Okay, well, that's really it in a nutshell. So be ready to hear from your team leader. I hope this was valuable to you. Any questions, like pop them into the tracker app. Like honestly, this group is what you make it. So we're going to be there. We're going to be showing up, and we want you to be like right there next to us. Like we're in the trenches together figuring this out. And even if it's your first one or your 50th one, like, it's still hard. Everything is still hard. It's still hard to show up for yourself. It's still hard to plan out. It's still hard to recover after a failure, but like, we can do this. So I just want like that, you know, we titled the group Hello October because it's like, hello October. Like, let's wake ourselves up. Let's set some goals and let's crush them together. So hello challengers. Let's do this. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording.